Welcome back to my corner of the internet. My name is Erin Donahue. I'm a photographer and content creator based in New York City. Today we're diving into something pretty exciting. Over the summer, Apple invited me to a workshop showcasing the iPad Pro M4. Afterwards, they sent me the 13-inch to play around with, and that's what we're gonna do. Now, I'm not obligated to make a review or anything like that, but I figured, why not? I've never really used something like this before, so I think that'll give me a fresh, unbiased perspective. Let's kick things off with the basics, how this thing looks and feels. First, the design. This iPad, it's a technological marvel, no cap. It's Apple's thinnest product, even skinnier than the iPhone, which is wild. Now, I've got to confess something. I don't usually travel with a laptop. Having to take out an electronic bigger than my phone at the airport really stresses me out.
Take your laptops and electronics out the bag. If you got a hoodie on, take it off!
What if I forget about it? Or what if it gets swiped or something like that? I just don't want to be responsible for that. Plus, I got a powerful desktop that I built. For heavy-duty photo and video editing with multiple apps running, I need some serious power. What my current process is I capture all my content, and if there's anything pressing that I need to post right away, then I'll transfer it to my phone with a card reader and do a quick mobile edit. Here's the thing though, I travel a ton for work, and that system doesn't always cut it anymore. Sometimes that can cause a bit of a backlog, and because of deadlines, having something that's light and powerful like the iPad can hold me over while I'm on the road. I have a bunch of trips coming up, so I'll definitely be bringing the iPad with me and putting it through the paces. So if you want to see a follow-up video on my experience with this on all my trips, leave a comment. Now let's talk about what really matters, the screen. Apple throws on terms like Ultra Retina XDR for the display. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know what that means. It's just a buzzword to me. I know some of you tech nerds are probably clutching your pearls right now. But it's all about the visual experience. We're talking about brightness, dynamic range, and most importantly for us photographers, color accuracy. As someone who delivers visual assets to clients, color accuracy is huge. One of the biggest headaches is when the colors on my screen look completely different than on the client's end. That's why calibration is so important, and you can actually calibrate the iPad screen if you wanted to, using reference mode in the display and brightness settings. It's a bit more advanced, but it's good to know the capability is there. A great screen is one thing, but let's talk about what's under the hood. When it comes to technology, performance is obviously king. It's what drives innovation. This iPad Pro rocks a new M4 chip, which basically means that it's got some serious horsepower in this slim frame. Why does this matter for creators like me? 2 words, editing power. Whether you're working with high-res photos or cutting 4K video, this thing can handle it without breaking a sweat. No more crossing your fingers hoping your device won't crash mid-edit. Alright, so let's switch gears and talk about one of the coolest accessories that I'm excited to use, the Apple Pencil Pro. Full disclosure, I've never used an Apple Pencil before, but let me tell you, this thing is pretty slick. It can sense when you squeeze it or double tap, bringing up a new palette so you can quickly switch tools, line weights, and colors. It's got this hover preview feature that shows you exactly where your pencil will touch down, and there's this thing called barrel roll that uses a gyroscope to let you rotate the pencil for precise control. It's also got haptic feedback too. I didn't know what that term meant, so I had to look it up. It's a technology that uses vibrations, forces, or motions to simulate touch and enhance user experiences. So when you squeeze or double tap, you feel this little pulse confirming the action. When I used to edit a lot more composite images, I used a small Wacom tablet. Using something this precise really makes you feel like a digital artist. I'm excited to experiment with mixed media, maybe drawing directly on my photos to add that extra artistic flair. The pencil is great for artistic work, but what about when you need to type? That's where the Magic Keyboard comes in. Apple also hooked me up with the Magic Keyboard, and it basically transformed the iPad into a laptop. It's magnetic, so you can just snap it on and off, and the case is pretty sturdy, protecting both the front and back of the iPad. This is probably the setup I'll have my iPad in the most when I'm traveling. There's also a USB-C port for pass-through charging. I initially thought the keyboard just magically worked when you attach the iPad. Turns out it needs its own power source. The trackpad is relatively large and has the same haptic feedback as the pencil. It really makes the whole setup feel more like a traditional laptop when you need it to. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes, the camera. The iPad Pro has a 12 megapixel camera and can capture 4K ProRes video. In today's day and age where cameras go over 100 megapixels, actually 400, this might not sound like a lot, but 12 megapixels is plenty for most people in most situations. You can print full billboards with only 12 megapixels. The average person is not going to notice the difference, and it's not always about the numbers, it's about how you use them. What is this? The front camera only goes up to 1080p. That's pretty surprising, because I would think that it would mirror like the iPhone and go up to 4K. The real magic happens when you start recording video. And the big standout feature for me was Final Cut Pro's new live multicam. I talk all the time about how I create most of my content alone. I don't want or need to rely on anyone because that would be a major hindrance to what I can get done, and also potentially be a burden to whomever I ask. So it's better to be self-sufficient. With live multicam, the iPad transforms into essentially a one-person production studio. You can connect up to 4 devices, iPhones, iPads, whatever you got, through the Final Cut camera app. I know, another app. It all connects wirelessly. This is pretty cool. I can get my regular footage plus my BTS all at the same time. And with the move to USB-C, you can record and edit directly to an external SSD using the Thunderbolt connection if you wanted. I still record most of my video on my phone, so this opens up a world of possibilities. Multiple angles, B-roll, all way more efficient now. Oh, and here's a cool tidbit. At the workshop, the Apple team mentioned that the user interface was designed with hands-on use in mind. It feels a bit futuristic, but also potentially easier to use. I definitely want to explore this more. Not only that, you can draw directly on the video. Like, what? So what's the verdict? The iPad Pro M4 is seriously an impressive piece of tech. It's not just a tablet, it's a portable studio that fits in your bag. For creators like me who are always on the move, it offers a level of flexibility and power that's hard to beat. Is it going to replace my desktop setup for heavy-duty work? Probably not, but for on-the-go editing, ideation, and even shooting, it's a game changer. The combo of portability, power, and features like live multicam make it a tool that I can see becoming an essential part of my workflow. So that's my initial take on the iPad Pro M4. I'd love to hear what you think about this. Could you see yourself using this? Are there any features you're particularly excited for? Drop a comment and let me know. If you found this helpful, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. As I mentioned earlier, I'll be taking this with me on my upcoming trips, so if you want to see how this iPad holds up while I'm on the road, make sure you've got those notifications turned on. See you in the next video.